So the Chicago Bulls beat the Brooklyn Nets 111 to 107. And guys, Lonzo Ball woke up feeling dangerous this game. Lonzo hit a big time three to win the game. Essentially, that three was essentially the nail in the coffin. Like, that three was the dagger, and Lonzo hit it. He had an off shooting game tonight, but Lonzo did his thing. Now, when this game started, guys, the Chicago Bulls seemed very lethargic. They didn't seem like they had energy. They were moving slow. Like, the Brooklyn Nets came up to an early lead in like the first quarter, but like I guys always tell you guys, that shit don't matter. The leads in the first and second quarter honestly don't matter. It's a third and fourth quarter, because basketball is a game of runs. The team goes on a run, your team goes on a run, but who scores the points at the end of regulation? So the third and fourth quarter are very critical, because leads disappear all the time. Guys, this Chicago Bulls team has a problem rebounding. You don't know how many times, I think the stat was the Brooklyn Nets scored 15 points off of rebounds, second chance points, while the Chicago Bulls had like 0 throughout like the first 3 quarters or something crazy like that. So rebounding and being undersized, they already knew going into the season that this was going to be a problem, but wow. The fact that the Brooklyn Nets, the lead wasn't bigger, or the fact that they didn't blow us out was crazy to me, seeing as how many offensive boards they were able to get and how many second chance points they were able to get. But again, they did their thing. Alex Caruso, he's out with a hamstring injury. Like, this team is like really like injured, or not injured, but we have a lot of key players out. Kobe White, COVID protocols. Devontae Green, COVID protocols. Like, Patrick Williams injured, and Alex Caruso, he's suffering this hamstring injury. He was playing the first quarter, he was kind of walking gingerly, and then he went out the game. So I don't know how long Alex Caruso is going to be out. I'm glad we were able to get this win sort of kind of without him, because he did play in the first quarter. But Alex Caruso, out of all the players I mentioned, Kobe White, Devontae Green, Patrick Williams, I would take Alex Caruso over all of them, because what Alex Caruso brings on the defensive end, you know, basketball IQ, he has the intangibles that lead to like winning, right? So Alex Caruso being out of the lineup for however long it takes for this hamstring injury is a major detriment to the Chicago Bulls. So going forward, I hope him a speedy recovery so that he can get back into the game and do his thing. Now, Lonzo Ball, he played the most out of any Chicago Bull. He played 40 minutes, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 8 points. Now, when you're looking at the stats, right, they're not screaming from the page. They're not really doing anything for you, right? But that clutch 3 that Lonzo had, listen, the prior game in New York when they played the Knicks, Lonzo missed like 5 wide open threes, back-to-back threes. Lonzo missed. He missed them badly. I'm talking about he wasn't guarded. They were playing the same defense on Lonzo that you give to Ben Simmons, right? Missed 5 wide, easy, open threes, right? This game too, off shooting game again, right? He missed a couple of easy threes. But this 3 that DeMar DeRozan gave Lonzo at the end of the fourth quarter, I'm glad that his teammates still trust him, that they're still willing to pass him the ball. Because, again, right, that was a big-time 3. Big-time 3. So the fact that DeMar DeRozan chose to swing it to Lonzo, and he hit it, amazing. And I love the little celebration Lonzo did at the end. It's great to see, because those type of things build up your confidence. To see that your teammates, number one, trust you, right? And to see it go in at a pivotal point in time, amazing. Like, the Chicago Bulls literally dominated the New York team. The Knicks only won against us once, so we beat the Knicks 2-1. We beat the Knicks 2-1. We won 2 games, we lost 1 game. So we dominated the series matchup against the Knicks. With the Nets, we played the Nets twice. We were 2-0 against the Nets. So great wins. And even that one win the Knicks won against us, they won by 1 point. Like, that, to me, that game was like a fluke, right? But again, right, the Chicago Bulls dominated New York. Like, New York doesn't have an answer for the Chicago Bulls. So I'm glad to see this team is still gelling, still doing their thing. Seems like Vucevic is getting back to himself. In fact, Vucevic, he played 35 minutes, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 11 points. Now, Vooch got a rebound, right? Like, he's got a rebound, because the fact that we were so out-rebounded, the Brooklyn Nets had so many second chance points, that was killing me to see, right? I was like, oh my God, guys, what is going on here? Like, this is getting crazy. And DeMar DeRozan played 38 minutes, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 29 points. DeMar DeRozan was doing his thing. DeMar DeRozan, he consistently is the best player on the court for multiple games, right? Or at least the best Chicago Bull for multiple games. He's efficient. He knows when to score, when to take over, when to pass. Like, I'm really high. DeMar DeRozan was probably the best signing this offseason, right? So I'm liking how this team is finding ways to win. Because, again, I'm not too happy on, like, the ISO ball and this and that, but it's leading to wins, right? The Chicago Bulls are literally the 2nd seed right now. So how they're winning and how they're doing it, I'm happy to see. I'm hoping that Lonzo gets more confident. He's still taking his shots because he got 7 assists this game, right? I feel like Lonzo can get 7 assists every game. Like, I want him to leave this season averaging at least 7 assists because right now he's at a career low 4 assists. So if Lonzo can average 7 assists, much needed, right? Zach LaVine, 31 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. That's Zach LaVine for you. Zach LaVine's going to be an all-star. DeMar DeRozan is going to be an all-star. Lonzo and Alex Caruso are going to make all-NBA defensive teams. And that's just that on that. Hopefully Lonzo gets out of this shooting slump or semi-shooting slump he's in. Again, one game Lonzo can go for 70% from the three-point line. Next game he could go for 20%. So I'm hoping that Lonzo does his thing. I'm liking how Billy Donovan is coaching the team. The Chicago Bulls are 16-8, guys. So they're doing their thing. And on Monday they face the Nuggets. So that's going to be a great game to see. I'm happy to see what the Bulls are doing, how they're gelling, how they're all mashing up. And we're getting close to the trade deadline, right? Me personally, I want to see a Miles Turner, a Christian Wood. I've been hearing Marvin Bagley. I'm not super high on Marvin Bagley, but if we can somehow get a Christian Wood, if we can somehow get a Miles Turner for that power forward center spot, guys, this team is going to look very, very dangerous. But the question is, what are you willing to give up to get those players? So I think it's pretty accepted around the Bulls fandom that Kobe White is a trade piece. He's the sacrificial piece. No matter what trade it is, Kobe White is definitely going to get traded. That Ayo can definitely take the Kobe White role, be the 6th man off the bench. If a starter's out, you can see Ayo probably starting. Like, Ayo has a lot of upside on him and a lot of potential. He does a lot of things right for a rookie. Okay, cool. Now we get into who's disposable, right? For you to get a Christian Wood or a Miles Turner, I don't see no trade that would not involve a Patrick Williams, right? And you've seen that this Bulls front office has been very aggressive in trading pieces and doing their thing. So would you guys be willing to give up a Patrick Williams in terms for a Christian Wood or a Miles Turner, right? The only player I think you can get without sacrificing Patrick Williams would be a Marvin Bagley. I think Kobe White and a 1st or 2nd round pick, you can get a Marvin Bagley, right? But for a Miles Turner or a Christian Wood, players that have very heavy interest in other teams across the league, I don't see how you don't give up a Patrick Williams in that trade. And it gets to the point where is it win now or win later, right? Are you willing to wait for the development of a Patrick Williams? Will that timeline fit in with the Bulls timeline, which is essentially 4 years roughly? Because Vooch still has a little bit of time on his contract. DeMar DeRozan and Lonzo, they both have 4-year deals. So the window to win is within a 4-year time period, essentially, right? Again, will you be willing to make those trades? Because I think Miles Turner or a Christian Wood would be exactly what this team needs. But let me know in the comments down below. What would you guys do to make this team or roster better? We need rebounding, and we need another piece to make that championship push, to get us over the hump or the edge. So again, it's your boy For All to Envy. Agree with me, disagree with me. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm out.